That in the last couple of years, and I've never seen him happier, and that's because of Greta. And Greta, I have to say it, you are amazing. You are beautiful, you're smart, you're a successful business owner. Your politics might be a little left of many in the family, but we are incredibly excited for you to join the family. We are so happy that you're joining the family, and we are so grateful and so lucky that you are the woman that Craig has fallen in love with. And this weekend has been so nice to meet so many folks, friends and family from the East Coast, from Sweden, and to hear a little bit about what everybody's experiences are with Craig and Greta. And for me personally, I'm just so excited to be a part of the group that's here this weekend. And I am honored to play a very small part in your futures together as husband and wife. And I'd like everyone to please raise a glass to Craig and Greta. I wish you nothing but health and happiness and a beautiful life together as you start this journey together as husband and wife. Cheers. I love you both.
I now present Ms. Lisa Larco. Hi all. Hi. There you go. I'm Lisa, if we haven't met. I could never top Jen and Gina, so I'm short and sweet. Greta, you're my best friend and my sister. It fills my heart with joy to see the smile that Craig puts on your face. And to borrow liberally from the famous poet Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z, may the best of your yesterdays be the worst of your tomorrows. Please raise your glass with me to toast Greta and Craig. I love you both. Cheers. Dan Miller to the center stage. Dan Miller.
Yeah. Let's shit up a little bit. Let's get some energy going. Some energy going.
Do you like that?
Hello, everyone. How are you? So I was going to start this out really roasting Craig, which is so easy to do. But I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on your hair or your hair color or all that dyeing stuff that happens. Really what we're here for is a wedding, a union of people. And I'll go back a little bit. I've known Craig for about 10 years. We met through a business relationship, quickly became friends. And as you know with Craig, as soon as he's your friend, he's your total friend. And you love the guy. I mean, he's one of those people that as soon as you meet him, you're like, God, I just fucking want to hang out with him. He's just like, so fun, he's so positive, he's fucking Craig. I mean, Craig just brings energy to life. And you want to be around people like that kind of bring up your mood, bring up really the quality of existence. And that is something I don't think very many people have. And I know like 3 or 4 people in my life that have that energy, and you're just kind of like drawn to them. So throughout that 10-year period, Craig, I've seen some ups and downs with Craig's and his life and some potential mistakes. And a couple years ago, Craig and I'm gonna just focus on Craig and myself. We started a business venture. I kind of brought Craig out to California, and I said, man, life's not that hard. You got to just come out here. The weather's nice. There's the internet. We can do stuff. We can make money. You don't have to live in that place. And so I brought him out, and about that time, he'd started dating Greta, and really noticed a change in him, and a really positive change. From a guy that is almost, 33, something like that? 20, anyway, I think he's like 33. He's about to get married for the first time. To see him really like, for the lights to click and go, God, I want to marry this person. It was his first girlfriend, I gotta be honest. But he, first non-make-believe girlfriend. First one I met. So it was really cool to see. And then when I think like a lot of us in the room, when we actually met Greta, who was not make-believe, we were like, holy shit, she's better than you are. She's awesome. And so with her beauty and her intellect and just the way that they're able to converse and having her out in San Diego, and her actually enjoying the lifestyle out there. I know she has a lot of friends and family in New York that she loves very much, and that was a hard transition for her, but to see her kind of come out of San Diego and blossom a little bit and still be able to go back and share those relationships, it's been fantastic. And Craig, I can't say enough good things about you. Everyone here who knows you knows how great you are and just what a genuine human being you are and how you make everybody feel special. And I think that's really, for Greta's side of the equation, that's what he's going to bring to the table. That guy is constantly making others feel better about themselves. He's so thoughtful about other people. And I think he's going to be a fantastic husband. So thank you for having me. I love you guys.
Dave, Marla, can you please come up?
Watch yourself.
Got it. Good. I gotta use notes. I don't want to have a Frank moment up here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dave Orloff. I've been very close friends with Craig going back 15, 16 years. We worked together back in the Spear Leeds and Goldman days. Not anymore, of course, because like most people here, I have no fucking clue what you do. We did the Hamptons together. Yes, the Hamptons, which wasn't always easy. Anybody who knows Craig, there's a lot of OCD, a lot of rules. There's always 3 options. But there is no one I would rather play a game of flip cup with or beat in a game of last man standing. Then finally we did spring break together. And while spring break at 30 years old may sound a little creepy, it's fun as hell. I always knew I would have the opportunity to speak at your wedding. I just didn't know that you would wait so long that I would have 3 kids, a minivan, and a vasectomy. That said, it was well worth the wait. A few months ago, Greta reached out to a couple of us from New York who couldn't be around for your birthday. And she asked us to put together some stories and some memories. And I thought to myself, what a sweet, caring, and thoughtful partner Greta is, and how lucky you are to be with her. Selfishly, it gave me the opportunity to relive some of our greatest hits. And even though Greta doesn't know what Club Med is, she's still a keeper. I could not have asked for a better friend, travel buddy, wingman. Of course, it didn't help that you owned a bar. And while you don't call New York City home anymore, and we've officially lost you to the West Coast, which is definitely official by the amount of flat-brimmed trucker hats I saw at the pool today. I do look forward to sharing the life that you and Greta put together. I love you both.
I'd like to invite Hector from Greta's side of the family. Where is he?
Are you pronouncing it correctly?
No, I don't know. Okay, well then we're going to go to Wow, Craig, your handwriting. You could be a doctor with this handwriting. Tim Buckman? Yeah? Okay. Tim Buckman, please.
All right, all right, all right. For those of you who have not yet had an opportunity to meet, my name is Tim, and Craig has just been an amazing friend over the last 20 years, really. I met him during our post-college chapter in New York City, and he's really one of the more impressive people that I've ever met in my entire life. He's a natural leader in the true sense of the word, and you know, he has this ability to bring out the best in everyone that's around him. And as a friend, you really can't ask for much more than that. And I actually get a little choked up thinking about it, but without Craig, there's no way I would be as awesome as I am. And for that, I fucking love you, man. So, with all his strengths, and he's got tons of them, right? So we've heard about a lot of them in the toast that's preceded mine, and we should celebrate them because there's so much to celebrate about Craig. And this celebration should continue on in tomorrow. But what I was thinking about doing here is, for those of you who don't know, Craig's a little fucked up too, and but in a special way. And if it's all right with you, I thought I'd kind of get into that a little bit. And I think it illuminates one of the very special things that's taking place here this weekend. So he's one of these guys that was never really the center of attention all the time, but he was definitely and always the center of where we were going, who we were hanging out with, what we were eating. Trust me, that was a big one. Or if we were even eating at all, because let me tell you something. Who needs white starchy carbs in their system? Craig doesn't. And if Craig doesn't, trust me, as far as he's concerned, nobody does. But he's one of these guys who manages and executes everything to a very impressive degree. This is supposed to be complimentary, but like, no matter what it might be, whether it's him checking in PerezHilton.com several times a day to see what's going on in the world, or going to get his hair done under the dome of the salon, like he attacks these things in such a way, it's almost like watching James Bond dismantle a time bomb that's strapped to the Pope. Everything is just so unbelievably micromanaged in a very positive way. I want to say that. And when you first meet Craig, it's a little off-putting. You think he might have like mental problems or some kind of wiring issue, but really you say to yourself things like, why is this person emailing me at 7 a.m. on Tuesday to present options for Friday night's activities that are inclusive of weather reports and page 6 mentions and where all the hot celebs are kind of hanging out? But like a lot of things in life, you understand that these things that initially seem a little off-kilter, you start to understand the beautifulness of Craig's mind and what has kind of infuses everything that's going on there. And then after a while, you really appreciate it. And it's kind of like Shawshank Redemption. I don't know why, but I always seem to use some prison references before my pre-wedding toast. But in Shawshank, when the inmates showed up, they hated the walls that separated them from the outside world. But then as time went on, they really decided that, or understood that they kind of depended on them. And so it was. And as I kind of got on in life, I really understood that all these things that I'm lovingly describing about Craig right now were really a product of his relentless pursuit of what we are all here to celebrate this weekend, and that was finding the perfect person for him. And can we just stop for a minute, please, and give a raucous round of applause for Greta? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is awesome. So, I can speak for a good chunk of the crowd here and say that Craig has had one of the more adventurous journeys to his wedding day. And you got to keep in mind, again, I alluded to it earlier, this is the kind of guy that would like spend months analyzing and thinking about the ramifications of like where to have brunch on Sunday. So when it came to like the decision around his life partner, there's not enough computers on the planet that would literally match what was going on in his head. So this should all tell you where Greta is. I mean, the levels of calculus and everything else has gone in, and metaphysical spelunking and whatever that's happening there. Really impressive. So, and a lot of it I think came down to like Craig has this real, and like a lot of guys, he's not alone on this, you want this control. You want to have control over a lot of things in your life. And when it comes to finding your true companion or your soulmate and all those kind of things, like it just doesn't work that way. You can't plan how it's going to happen. And Craig's struggles with this control thing got to a point where, you know, when he was single, that was like, it just kept coming up and up again. He just couldn't like organize it all in the way he wanted to. And it got to a point where his frustrations, he needed an outlet for them. And he actually started a blog about being single. This is a true story. And, no, I'm kidding, I don't have any. And let me tell you something. Craig, Melissa, and Candace just got very nervous right there when I reached out the blog. Because Melissa and Candace read this blog, and we've never really talked about it. But I'm quite certain that they were appropriately horrified at where Craig was at different times in his journey and how far he had to keep going to get to where, you know, we all want to get to. And but Craig kept moving forward as he does. He's a very successful person. And one day, Greta appeared out in the Hamptons, and I can't tell you how happy I am and everyone here is that Greta has come into Craig's life. She's just a really amazing person, and she taught Craig a lot about that quest for control.